Welcome back to Investing with Confidence, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. An Online Trading Academy on their 25th year, teaching people just like you how to trade and invest in the financial markets. That could maybe be for income strategies or wealth strategies. When we talk about wealth, that's your 401ks, your IRAs, and how to make better and smarter investing decisions within those. If you happen to miss tickets for that investing class locally here in Bloomington, Minnesota, and Denver, Colorado, we have local classes. Al teaches these. They're about 2 hours. We have them on the weekdays, also the weekends. Get your phone ready. I'm going to give a phone number and a text number. You can call 888-682-6466 right now for 2 tickets and the Insiders Kit that includes some free stock picks. Call 888-682-6466. Or if you're a texter, as I mentioned, you can text the word invest to the number 484848, and you're going to get a link back in a text. Make sure to click that link. I believe there's a short video on a description of the class. Also, you're going to get those stock picks there as well, so don't forget to get set up with that for the investing class locally at Online Trading Academy in Denver, Colorado, and also Bloomington, Minnesota. So, Al, we talked about more income strategies for people that are maybe still in their working years, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, unfortunately for some people even in the 60s, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's income strategies for that. But now is probably the best time, if you're not retired and you're planning to retire at one point, is to learn those income strategies, but utilize those in retirement. Because when you retire, think about that for a second. What stops? It is your income. So you need a strategy hopefully to offset that. So that way you're not drawing down those retirement accounts. So Al, I want you to kind of talk a little bit about retirement accounts, protecting those now, but also strategies to utilize what you have in those. So hopefully you don't have to draw those down, right, and you have more longevity. They last longer because we're living longer.
Yeah, and with a lot of the advice, a lot of the retirement advice that's out there is really outdated. It's based on people not living as long as they do now, and it's based on average returns that we may not be getting on a consistent basis. So there, you need to be flexible. I think is really important. You need to be able to address whatever is happening in the market to your benefit. But the income part of it, I think understanding how to generate income is the most important thing. You have to know how to do that before you can really create wealth. But then when you're in retirement, and as you mentioned, the income from your job is gone, how do you replace what that provided? Well, you can use whatever the amount of money you have in your retirement account kind of as an income generating machine. Learn how to generate income off of it instead of just drawing it down every time you need money for something. It's a combination of things that we think are important. It's knowing how to generate income off of what you have. That's more important than the amount that you have. It's also protecting what you have, because if you work 30 or 40 years, what if the year you retire or the year after you retire, we go through a bear market and you are still in the assets that were in your 401k, which are subject to falling with that bear market. If the market goes down 40, 50, 60%, your 401ks, your 403bs, if that's where you leave your money, are going to be hit 40, 50, 60%. So you can't let that happen. You don't get a do-over, unfortunately. So protection is a big part of it. But then why not grow those assets? Maybe you want to leave a legacy of some sort. So generating income, protecting what you have, growing those assets are important. And it gets down to the proper education to be able to do that. If you're still working now and all you're doing is spending the money you earn, you're always going to be living paycheck to paycheck. But if you're spending money that your money earns and you have money left over to put into that wealth bucket, that's how people have the opportunity to create wealth.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, life is really a journey, and that's the same thing with your finances. I mean, think about your finances as a compass, right? And you use a compass to navigate you through your journey of life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're navigating your we'll call it financial life. And where are you now? Where do you want to be in the future? And how do you bridge that gap? How do you reach those goals and objectives that you do have financially? Al, you brought up a great one. A lot of people do want to leave a legacy for their family. People want to donate to different like churches or different organizations at one point. And it does take extra income strategies to do that. So we have these investing classes where you can discover what these strategies are. What are these strategies to utilize even during retirement years? Because now is the best time to prepare for that. I mean, we prepare for a lot of things. You got to prepare for retirement, but you can't wait until you're 50. You can't wait till you're 60 or 65 or 70 and say, okay, you know what, Al? I want to retire. How am I going to do that? Where is this money going to come from? It's not, as you say, it's not cheap and it's not free. So these investing classes help you discover these strategies to utilize with your 401ks or IRAs or just regular accounts during retirement. We have these classes locally here in Bloomington, Minnesota, and Denver, Colorado. And get your phone ready because I'm going to give a text number and a phone number here for tickets for an investing class locally. It's a physical class, and that's where a lot of people really like. It's a physical class where you can go to learn how to trade and invest. Call 888-682-6466 right now. That's 888-682-6466 for 2 tickets for the investing class and the insider's kit that'll help you get started right away. You can also text the word invest to the number 484848. Al, since we're on the topic of retirement strategies, we're seeing a lot of people that are looking at the markets and using the options market with their IRAs or retirement accounts. Talk a little bit about, real quick, why options are so great and are so versatile with retirement plans.
Yeah, well, remember this in your retirement plan. If you have a 401k or 403b, the only way you are going to beneficially participate is if the market goes up, if the assets you have go up in value. The market does not always go up. It goes down. It goes up. It goes down. It goes sideways. Sometimes in the same day, it will go all 3 directions. But when you retire, you want to make sure that you are able to participate in multiple directions. And options are a great way to do that. Instead of just participating in an up market, options can be used in a very simple way to participate whether the market's going up or down or a combination of calls and puts, which are the only 2 options that there are. That combination can be used in a sideways moving market to generate premium or income from the markets. It also can be used in a way where it doesn't make any difference which direction the market goes or the asset goes. It can go up, it can go down, or sideways, and you can still benefit from it. And you can do that with a smaller amount of money than if you put a stock position together. In fact, any stock position that you want to have, you can mimic with an option for a fraction of the money. And then the returns, if the stock goes up 10%, because options it's a contract you trade on something. Most people trade options on stock or exchange traded funds. But if the stock or the exchange traded fund goes up 10%, kind of a rule of thumb is the option is going to be up over 100%. So you get a much better return on your investment, and you can have a much smaller upfront investment if you want to. Let's just use Apple as an example. If you want to have a 100 share position in Apple, that's about $17,000.
Yeah, because the stock price is at $170.
Right, exactly. So, and with an option contract, you can do a contract which controls 100 shares, maybe for $500 or $600 or $700, depending on the type of option you use and the expiration date. But these are things that we teach you. I can tell you that with a high degree of confidence that almost 90% or more of the people that come into these classes, by the time they leave, choose not to trade stock anymore. They want to learn more about and learn how to invest in the futures, the Forex, or the options market.
Yeah, I mean, the stocks are still great. They have their place, but learn these techniques and strategies that might give you a better opportunity. And, I like to talk about a strategy that I call it the State Farm strategy or the progressive strategy, because I give money every single month to insurance.
Sure.
Right? And so they're getting paid to wait for me to get in a car accident or for my house to have some problems or something like that. So they're getting paid to wait. There's a strategy with options that gets investors paid to wait. It's a strategy to do that. It's called collecting premium, just like like State Farm does, or Progressive, or what's that? The General, or I think there's a commercial on the General or something. But it's just a different strategy where you can utilize based on current market conditions. And that's what we teach in these investing classes is these different strategies, and you can discover what they are in a 2-hour class. Discover
Yeah.
what these strategies are by coming to these investing classes locally here in Bloomington, Minnesota, and Denver, Colorado. So get your phone ready. I'm going to give away tickets for this investing class to learn more. Discover what these strategies are. Discover what options are, how you would utilize them, why you would might want to look at it. Futures, Forex, even the cryptocurrency market. Call 888-682-6466 right now for this investing class. 888-682-6466, or text the word invest to the number 484848. Al, we had a great show here so far. We got one more segment to go, and I'm going to keep it a little teaser. I'm not going to talk about what we're going to talk about, but it's going to be about the financial markets coming up next.